Just before the end of 2024, the world witnessed several aviation incidents. Among the worst of these incidents took place on the morning of December 29, 2024, in the southern South Korean city of Muan. Following a bird strike during its initial attempt to land at Muan Airport, Jeju Air Flight 7C2216, a Boeing 737-800 with 181 passengers and crew, struck an embankment at the end of the runway containing the localizer antenna during an attempted belly landing. Of the 181 passengers and crew on board, there were only 2 survivors in now what is considered the worst aviation incident on South Korean soil. While the accident investigation is still ongoing, the South Korean government has been implementing new safety measures and identifying several aircraft navigation aid structures at several airports in the country that need to be improved to reduce safety risks. On Monday, January 13, 2025, South Korea's Transport Ministry reported that it has been conducting on-site inspections of navigation equipment, including localizers, glide path stations and distance measuring equipment, and very high-frequency omnidirectional range, or VOR, stations at 13 airports within South Korea following the crash of 7C2216. For those who are not familiar with it, the equipment inspected, when combined, are part of the Instrument Landing Systems, or ILS, which aid pilots for landing in low visibility conditions such as in inclement weather or at night. During the crash of 7C2216, the equipment that the aircraft struck was part of this system, more specifically the localizer antennas, which at Muan Airport were solidified with a concrete slab. At the 13 airports, a total of 32 localizers, 51 glide path stations and distance measuring equipment, and 17 VOR stations were inspected. The Transport Ministry concluded that the localizer facilities at 7 airports, including at Muan, were constructed with hard material concrete that, quote, could potentially worsen damage as they do not easily give way upon collision with aircraft. Other airports found with similar structures include Jeju Airport, Yeosu, Pohang Gyeongju, Busan Gimhae International Airport, Sashon, and Jeju International Airport. Meanwhile, 26 localizer structures at the other 7 airports are buried underground. Other glide slope facilities and distance measuring equipment were found to pose no risk at these airports in the event of a collision. Among the airports that had localizer facilities with lesser risk include Seoul's Incheon Airport and Yangyang International, with their localizer facilities installed within the runway and safety area. All 9 facilities at those places were made with, quote, easily breakable materials and deemed not to pose a safety risk. In addition to the inspection of the airport navigation aids, improvements such as updates to the training manuals have also been implemented, and inspections have been conducted on the Boeing 737-800 aircraft operated by South Korean-based airlines, the same aircraft type involved in the incident. Regarding the safety inspections of the 737-800s, the inspections took place among the 6 airlines operating the same aircraft type in South Korea. Along with Jeju Air, the other Dash 800 operators of the popular 77 type aircraft include Korean Air, E-Star, Jin Air, T-Way, and cargo carrier Air Incheon. These inspections took place within 2 weeks after the crash of Jeju Air 7C2216, with the inspections focusing on maintenance history, procedural compliance, and servicing records for major systems including engines and the landing gear. After this round of inspections, some airlines, which have not been identified, had been found to be in exceeding pre- or post-flight inspection times or failing to comply with certain procedures to address defects such as the replacement of filters after indications of hydraulic system electric pump overheat. Also, for the updates to the flight training manuals for pilots, these will now include shutdown training for 2 or more engines, along with requiring pilots to include the bird strike response in pre-flight briefings. While the investigation is still ongoing into the crash of 7C2216, the South Korean government has wasted no time in implementing safety measures and making upgrades to airport facilities to reduce the safety risks. This has been Flights in Asia, highlighting the news and updates in the aviation and travel scene in the Asia Pacific. Thank you for watching and have a great day.